Today in Getting Real with the Housewives, Meredith Marks reveals why she wanted a fresh start with Lisa.
We can find a common ground. It may not be what it was before, or it may be. I don't know.
And Real Housewives of OC's Gina reveals if she thinks Heather Dubrow will be back next season.
I still think that there is space for her and room for her.
Plus, Lisa Rinna steps out to support Erika Jayne, Kim and Kroy's latest drama, and Bethany Frankel thinks Andy Cohen despises her. We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy Camp, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. Welcome to a brand new season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I loved the premiere.
What were your thoughts overall?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, me too.
The snowball scene at the end, perfect Housewives.
Totally.
Chef's kiss. Can't wait to get into it. But before we do, let's see what you guys have to say about last week's show. Gina says, hate her or love her, Kim, in collaboration with others, gave us some of the most iconic moments from Real Housewives history. And Atlanta is utter garbage right now. They need her. Yeah, a lot of people agree that Atlanta was not up to par this season.
No, it definitely wasn't. You know, Amber Hostler agrees. She said the season of Real Housewives of Atlanta was crap. Major shakeup may be needed.
And then Airbus 10 says Erika Jayne should tease mock Dorit's marriage. I could never stomach Dorit. She gets under my skin. There was nothing humble about Dorit. The only reason she got with her husband was because of his money. But really, it's not his money, but millionaires investment money. Ooh, tell us how you really feel. All right, well, let's get into the news of the weekend. Speaking of Erika Jayne, Lisa Rinna stepped out and supported her. Even though she's not on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills anymore, she wanted to support her former co-star's new show with Kyle and Dorit. Lisa attended Erika's Bet It All on Blonde show in Las Vegas on September 1st and shared footage on her Instagram story. The women were checking out the House of Blues, the home of Jayne's residency, when they were spotted by Bravo viewers. Now, during the show, the trio were brought on stage to get lap dances from Erika's male dancers, and they hung out with their fellow housewife backstage after the show. Dorit wrote on Instagram, no cameras, just us. Congrats, Erika. We're so happy to be here to support your Vegas residency. And it seems like Erika may need some support because there are reports going around that she is selling tickets for only $7.
That's crazy. That is insane if that's true. I do love it when housewives get together with no cameras, though. It gives me some validation that these shows are real.
Totally. And this is the first time I believe that we've seen Kyle and Lisa in public together since the heated reunion last season. We were unsure if they were on good terms or not, but it seems like at least they put their differences aside to support Erika. So that's nice.
All right. Well, getting back into the news of Kim and Kroy, because it's the never-ending story. It's kind of like Scandal, but not as exciting. Yes. So apparently Kim called the shots when it came to her relationship with Kroy and deciding to sell their Georgia home. No surprise to me that Kim is calling the shots in this relationship. She told TMZ, it's mutual. I told him what to do. Us confirmed on Thursday, August 31st, that Biermann submitted paperwork asking the court to place his and her home in Alpharetta, Georgia for sale. Biermann also requested that proceeds of the sale be placed in escrow. According to documents obtained by us, the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum and Biermann came to an agreement with the financial institution Truist about their mortgage payments. If they were to make their mortgage payments every month for 3 months, the unpaid amount would be placed at the back of the loan and foreclosure would be avoided, which ultimately happened.
So it seems like this was probably actually a good win for them since they didn't have to go into foreclosure. They will get the sale of the money that will be put in escrow. They'll be able to pay off some of their debts with that money. So I think that definitely is a big win for them. I'm shocked that it has taken so long for them to put this house on the market. That should have been the first thing that they did, but I don't know. I don't know if they're getting bad legal advice. I don't know what's going on, but things are not looking good for these two, financial-wise or marital-wise.
No, I feel like the house was like their last grasping onto a straw, you know, like for their marriage. Somehow the house represented that for them, and
totally
time to move on.
Time to move on. And maybe Bethany Frankel should as well, because she revealed her personal and professional relationship with Andy Cohen has taken a toll because of her idea to unionize reality TV cast and crews. She said on Rob Lowe's podcast, "I can tell you with great certainty that everyone at Bravo likely despises me, including Andy Cohen, because it's very personal and because they have to protect the realm." It's like Game of Thrones. She continued, "It's a very complicated thing I walked myself into whilst also burning bridges and seeming like I'm biting the hand that fed me, but I fed myself. There are a lot of people who didn't get fed." So as we know, she, the former New York housewife, questioned why reality TV workers weren't a part of the ongoing Hollywood Writers and Actors Guild strikes for fair pay and better contracts. I'm sorry, Bethany, you are biting the hand that fed you, because you wouldn't be where you are today without the Bravo cameras.
Absolutely not. I mean, I'm sure she'd still be successful, but not the level of success that she has. Also, I had no idea that Rob Lowe had a podcast.
Right? We learned something new. Everybody has a podcast, Mandy. Everybody.
And Rob Lowe is interviewing Bethany?
Seriously, I'm surprised our toddler daughters don't have podcasts at this time, because it's like literally everybody. But yeah, no, I mean, it seems like Bethany really wanted this movement to get going, and I feel like she's not getting the support that she thought she was going to get, because I don't think that this is going to happen.
No, I don't either. I think it's...
Well, good for us.
Yeah, good for us, because what the heck would we do if we didn't have all of our reality TV?
I'd be lost without my reality TV.
Definitely.
All right, well, let's get into our Housewives interviews of the week. And we recently caught up with Chyna from OC. And despite she and Heather's rocky start, it seems like they are on good terms right now. And she also weighed in on Heather's future on the show, despite her no longer living in OC full-time. Take a look.
A couple of the women that I spoke to this season says, like, by the end of the season, Heather's kind of like on an island by herself. Do you feel like that as well? And did your friendship with her suffer at the end of the season?
Me and Heather, you see, we do get into it, and then it goes, but then we do get together and resolve it.
Okay.
So by the time we're going into like our finale party, me and Heather are good. But I do regret that part at the end, and I don't think none of the viewers have seen that yet, but. Because I really do care about Heather, and I do feel bad. It sucks it's like when I had that fight with Emily a couple years back. That's how I felt at the end of this season with Heather. The thing that I'm hopeful for is with Emily, it actually cleared the space and brought us closer together. Okay. And so I think with Heather, we kind of, you kind of got to get into it and see how you're going to navigate through it, because that's real friendships, and our job is to have those real type friendships, filmed. So I'm hopeful that that's going to do the same. I mean, me and Heather are totally great now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she and Emily, are they?
We all had coffee last week. Okay. So I think we're good.
In this week's episode, Emily and Heather go at it in Mexico, at the Heather Dubrow party.
Yes. But it's like so funny. I mean, I can't, I feel so bad because I love Heather, but also, you had that friend that getting her wound up is just really enjoyable. I know.
You're don't do it, but keep going.
But keep doing it, yes.
Do you think Heather will be back next season? She sold her home. She's primarily in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills now. Do you think that she would come back, especially after what seems to happen to her this season?
I do. I still do. I still think that there is space for her and room for her. I don't think that Mrs. Dubrow is going to be pushed out that easily. No,
definitely not.
Yeah, I agree with her. Nobody's going to push out fancy pants. I think Heather will probably go out on her own terms.
Yeah, I agree with that. We also caught up with Meredith Marks from Salt Lake City, and we wanted to know if she made amends with Lisa Barlow. So take a look.
What I did like about this first episode is that a lot of people try to kick things off, have a fresh start to this season. And you went up to Lisa and were like, kind of, let's have lunch, let's start over. Why was that important to you? And did you miss that friendship like Lisa said you did?
Of course I missed aspects of the friendship, but the last year of our relationship had become really, really toxic and uncomfortable. And I had sensed so much hostility from her, and I kept asking, is something wrong? And she kept saying, no, we're good. And so I didn't miss that at all. There were old elements that I did miss. But the reality is we are adults, and, we can find a common ground. It may not be what it was before, or it may be. I don't know. I can't predict what the future will hold. I can't predict how she's going to, treat me or respond or react to me. So I have no idea what it will be, but there's just no reason for there to be this tension and hostility and having it emanate to, everyone around us. So in my view, it was like, this is just the right thing to do at the end of the day. Like, I didn't foresee her making the effort to clear it up. So I thought, you know what? I'll do it.
Yeah. Do you foresee this relationship and this friendship getting back to the way it was, even pre-Housewives?
I have no idea. You'll have to watch the season to see our journey together. Where we'll land and end up, I don't know. She said on Watch What Happens Live last night that her level of trust with me is at about a 4. So that doesn't seem like a really good ground to develop off of. I guess my level of trust with her is somewhat irrelevant at this point if she's only at a 4 with me.
It looks like things started out on the season good. Now I'm not so sure anymore, but we'll have to see. But like we said, the new season of Salt Lake City kicked off. We are no longer have Jen Shah, but I have to admit, I didn't really miss her. I thought it was a really strong first episode. What about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't think we need Jen Shah. Excited, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but excited to see Mary back. Enjoying the new housewife. And overall, I'm into this. I think Salt Lake City is in a good place because they haven't been around that long. So we're not, I feel like the cast isn't stale yet. I'm still interested in them. So I feel like we don't need a new era in Salt Lake City. I feel like we're good. We're good with this cast.
I think we're good with this cast. And I love, the petty fighting, like Whitney going after Meredith because she takes baths with her husband. So just, great housewife drama for no apparent reason. And Meredith is still, if you look at our other interview clips with Meredith, she's still mad about it. She's not very happy with this. And, we have the new housewife, Monica, who does have that connection with Jen Shah, who knew that she took the witness stand and may have been part of putting Jen behind bars for several years. So this is an interesting cast choice.
Yeah, I just can't believe that Whitney, of all people, is the one to critique Meredith's bath with her husband. I mean, Whitney, come on. The paint scene.
Her paint scene last season. And, I love that Meredith kind of threw that back at her face. But, I think it's overall going to be a good season. Angie is a full-time housewife, and it seems like she has some drama. Whitney has some marital issues. So overall, strong start. I love to see it.
Definitely.
All right, moving over to RHONY. Even though our viewers don't like it, I still do. And we've taken our first big cast trip to Anguilla, and I feel really bad for Jenna Lyons. I wonder what she thinks about these women now watching it back, knowing what Erin knew about her genetic disorder and just kind of spinning it around and making it about her, not wanting to fly coach and all this stuff. I feel really bad. It feels like they're bullying her.
It feels a little bit like they're bullying her. It is always awkward, even though it's Housewives, to have them all talking so much trash about her and then have her walk in on it. So awkward, kind of mean girl mentality, which I don't love. But having said all that, I do think that she went early so she didn't have to fly coach. I do. I mean, she kind of says it.
She does kind of say it. She does. Yeah. She does admit it. She does, say that she is going down because she wanted to get a tan, so she didn't feel uncomfortable, which I get. Yeah. But then don't even mention the flying coach thing because that's what they're going to use as fuel to the fire.
Totally. Just pick one excuse, not both.
Right. I love how they think that they're punishing Jenna by putting her in this small room when Jenna doesn't really care about that stuff at all.
She truly doesn't. What do you think though about her gifting them things that are all of her collaborations? It's giving me Heather Dubrow a little bit.
It is giving me Heather Dubrow, but I feel like if some of these ladies were in the same position as Jenna Lyons, they'd be doing the exact same thing. You can't you don't. Sai gets a lot of free things, lot of free things. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of these ladies are all getting a lot of free stuff now. And I think she's probably just doing her. It's not like Jenna was like, here's a bag of free stuff. Please post it. She's just like, here's a bag of free stuff. I can probably get a lot of it. And if you like it, great, post it. If not, no big deal.
Totally. I just don't love them using the show as a platform for free swag. And
Yes.
I saw it a little bit when Erin did the anniversary party, and she had all these sponsors at the anniversary party. And I'm like, would she have those sponsors if she wasn't shooting this for the Housewives? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. So I don't love them using the platform and the viewers, like us, to promote this stuff. So we'll see if Bravo kind of shuts down stuff like that.
Good point. No, that is a very good point. But well, let's move on over to OC, because Heather Dubrow certainly used this show to launch her new network, the Heather Dubrow Network, the HD Network, which I haven't checked out yet. I don't even know if it has officially. So I don't know, but she's $55 million richer. It doesn't really matter if it's a flop or not. But Go ahead.
I love Tamara questioning her though, like, how is it interactive? What? I don't explain it again.
She's like, so basically it's Instagram Live.
Yeah.
But good on Heather, But it is interesting that she decided not to tell the women that she was selling her home, because she really just doesn't trust these people, or she's just not close to them at all.
Yeah, it's a little strange. It's definitely becoming, I know we talked about it already, the division between her and the rest of the cast. It became extremely apparent this episode. And I don't see how she comes back from it and pretends that she's part of, the friend group next season if they do invite her back. So I think, I think it's ready to part ways. And if she wants to do it on her own terms, that's totally fine. But I don't see her coming back.
No, I agree with you. She's kind of like in the background a little bit this season. Yeah. I mean, we're focusing a lot on Tamra. We're focusing a lot on Shannon's drama with Gina, and even Jennifer seems to be taking the spotlight this season. So I'm not really sure exactly where Heather will maybe fit in with this group anymore. Yeah. I would maybe like to see her move on over to Beverly Hills and kind of shake things up a little bit, but we'll see.
Agreed.
All right, well, let's get into our social spotlight of the week. Mine went to Chrissy Teigen, because she is up in the Berkshires and she was looking for Dorinda. Dorinda commented saying, I wish I knew you were there, because I would have hosted you at Bluestone Manor. Now, that is something that I would have liked to see.
Oh, my God. Imagine that. I would have absolutely loved to see that.
All right, well, that is our social spotlight of the week, and that is our show for the week. Please let us know in the comments what you thought about the premiere episode of Salt Lake City. Did you miss Jen Shah? Are you happy she's gone? And like I said, keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week.